So this is Sathish here, CEO at PurpleRain. We are a multi-product bootstrapped company. We started in 2010 as a fully remote team. Currently, we run 4 different brands. I'm here to talk about time to lead. Basically, time to lead has been a critical metric for us as a company since we had scaled our entire product with zero sales team. Now, talking more about time to lead, let's think about if you were to go for dinner on a Saturday evening, you researched for the top restaurant in the city, asked your friends, got some good reviews, so you walk in, and then you find that no waiter basically wants to take your order, even though the waiters are available in the restaurant. Then you get frustrated and you walk by to the next restaurant. In another aspect, if you were to walk into a car dealership and if you had to ask certain questions, which obviously only the sales rep should be able to clarify, and you find no sales rep to be available, then brings into another frustrating experience. Now, the same scenario will play in a B2B experience. So let's imagine a visitor comes to your website and they are researching multiple other solutions at the same time. And as a informed user, they would like to speak to you at that moment. It might be a question, it might be a clarification, or it might even be a genuine sales query after they had read all the reviews on G2 Crowd or Capterra. Now, what's happening is from a recent study from MIT and Inside Sales, and also there are a couple of other surveys that were conducted, even one by Harvard. It looks like almost 60% of the B2B sales platforms do not respond to their leads within a day. And roughly about 10 to 15% respond taking about 6 to 12 hours. Now, that opens up a lot of opportunity and also a lot of impact on sales conversions. So there was also another study that was conducted by Inside Sales in conjunction with Omniture a couple of years back, which basically, as you can see on the screen, talks about the conversion rate. So if you were able to connect to your lead within the first 30 minutes, your lead conversion rate basically goes up. So this was basically an outcome from multiple studies, which kind of says the same thing. So the faster you connect to your lead, it could be on a live chat, or it could be over a call, or it could be over a typical real-time callback connected by Zapier or any of the other sales tools like Chili Piper. Your lead response time goes up. Now, what's interesting is, depending on how fast you connect with your lead, your conversion rate seems to change. So there was also, so the screen what you're seeing is from Marketing Chart. There was another study from Velocity, which basically says the impact of speed to call on new conversions. So basically they've seen about 114% raise in conversions for all those calls they responded back within a minute. Now let's take a look at these firms who were slow to respond. So this was a study from Harvard, what you're seeing on the screen. Roughly about 500 companies were responding within 5 minutes, and more than 532 companies responded after 24 hours. Once again, that's again about 50% of companies which are not really responding at least within a scope of 24 hours. Um, so how do we see the future of consumer behavior in B2B? There are a couple of things that B2B platforms can do in order to take advantage of this opportunity. Um, for example, you could make use of ABM platforms like Demandbase, Clearbit, uh, connect them to a data enrichment platform, identify your inbound leads, and personalize your response, asking them if they would like to talk to the agent right now, or basically revert back with a callback, uh, or or even taking them to a scheduled meeting, which is again sales rep when all of these CDP platforms are integrated together. So the screen, what you're seeing is from one of our product line call. Um, Basically, this works by having the ABM platform integrated. But there are also other platforms like Chili Piper. You could also do this with Segment and also manually integrating all of this data. Now how this changes the entire aspect of sales qualification is that users do not or no longer need to fill any of these lead forms, wait for a response, and wait for the right customer support or a sales rep to take a look at that lead, score that lead, um, and then connect back to the lead. So you might have seen scenarios where you might have received an inbound demo request, but some of the times the customers may not turn up. A lot of us would have had the same experience. Now using time to lead as a metric, and also once we start looking at the response time as a metric, um, we personally also have seen an increase in our overall conversion rate. So this screen, what you're looking at is from 2018 from one of our own product support team. So our median response time across the platform remains at 25 seconds. So this is one of the reasons why we were able to grow without a sales team, because once you have a response under a minute, the support team acts as a customer success as well. So imagine a visitor comes in at any part of the time and he's able to get a query to his response immediately. Um, or if he has a technical issue, or it could be a sales query, or it could be a demo request, all of this is taken care in under a minute. Now, yes, there are also other logistical issues such as we do not have enough resources to handle it. So based on what scale or at what stage your product or startup is. But again, coming back to the point, when we are able to deliver real-time response to B2B users, uh, it significantly improves your conversion rate, your customer satisfaction, your NPS scores. So all of this is basically based on our own experience across 4 different products. Um, and it is also a tactical advantage with your competition. So for those at smaller teams who may not have resources to have 24/7 sales or support response, there are also other platforms which provides the first layer of support. Like it's technically it's like outsourcing, but personalized for SaaS companies with subject matter experts knowing tools like intercoms and desk, and also familiar with how to handle the modern tools. So typically, when you outsource it to any VA or any outsourcing engineer, they may not be really familiar with the SaaS industry as a whole. But now we are actually seeing a huge demand for such services, and also there are a lot of players coming up who are offering such services, which could be used by the smaller teams. So yeah, so now that that comes back to the point that the lead response time should be an important metric to be measured, optimized, and also uh, a lot of tactics that can be implemented in the platforms which will improve the conversion rate. So if you take a closer look, the response time also impacts some level of your revenue. For instance, if you were to use a tool like, let's say, Segment integrated with Chili Piper, you would significantly be able to even not have the need for having an SDR, because it kind of automates the entire scheduling process by connecting the lead in real time to the right sales rep based on their availability. And also pre-validates the leads that comes in. For instance, if someone were to enter a wrong email ID or non-validated B2B ID, then leads would not even go through. Let me just disable my screen share. Yeah. So any other questions, I'd be happy to answer. To add my contact info there, and also be hanging here for a bit. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Oscar.